And welcome back to the Varsity Roundtable, a weekly look at high school sports in the Fox Valley area and the only live online high school sports talk show in the state. I'm Ricardo Arguello, part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team, and we are here in an amazing high definition at the Post Crescent here at 222 West College Avenue, downtown Appleton. And this week, our focus shifts to wrestling, and we are excited to have two guys from the number one ranked team in Division I from the Kaukauna wrestling program. Closest to my left, we have over here Grayson Clark. Grayson, say hi to everyone. There he is. Directly to his left, we have Lucas Peters. Lucas, there you go. The guys are on hand to talk about the great season they've been having, the individual state tournament that's coming up this weekend, and maybe talk about the team tournament that's following the next weekend. But before I start, I want to let everyone know we are live and interactive. So if you're watching this on a computer, on a tablet, or anything like that, if you're watching the viewer, underneath should be a chat application. Log in. Give yourself a name. Don't be putting any goofy names here, Kaukauna folks. All right? Real names. We got Brett Christopherson handling it all behind the Dell computer. Then we got Jim Rosandick over there punching buttons behind the live stream machine. I'm not sure what he does, but he keeps everything running smoothly. But like I do before every show, this is just about wrestling. Ladies, I know you want to ask the guys out and get numbers and things like that. We cannot do that. It's just wrestling. Guys, we had that happen the first couple times we did the show. So I got to do that every show. You know, I'm sorry. I'm hurting your game a little bit maybe, guys. But yeah, ladies, no. Just keep it on wrestling, and we'll be just fine. Okay, let's get some bios first. Going to start with Grayson, directly to my left. Take a look at the camera. Let everyone know the wrestling weight that you wrestle at and how you got into wrestling. Go ahead.
I'm Grayson Clark. I got into wrestling in kindergarten when I brought home a flyer from my private school, and it was wrestling at Appleton West. Went to my first ever practice and got pinned the whole time and just smiled through it. Ever since then, it's just been a love for the sport and kept getting better and better and growing.
Okay, all right, great stuff. Okay, Lucas, go ahead. The weights that you wrestle at and how you got into wrestling.
My name's Lucas Peters. I wrestle 120 for Kaukauna. My first time wrestling was in about first grade. I was always kind of an aggressive kid, and my dad said, hey, why don't you try wrestling? So went to the first practice and was just awful. Probably, I don't really remember much, but I know I wasn't good. And I just kept growing in the sport and had a few coaches to help me along the way. And just kept growing, and now I'm here.
All right, great stuff again. Grayson Clark, Lucas Peters talking about the upcoming state individual tournament. They're both qualified for that. We're going to get their thoughts on that and that returning to the Kohl Center. Again, if you have any questions for them, log into that live chat, give yourself a name, and we'll get those questions over to the guys. Look at them. They can't wait to answer these questions. I'm going to start with you guys being the top-ranked team in D1. You have a bunch of guys going to the individual tournament. How would you classify your season so far? Are you guys about where you thought you would be at this point? A little better? Maybe you guys just feel like you're still ascending. Maybe you haven't wrestled your perfect match yet. I'm talking about the team aspect of that. How would you classify your season? I'm going to start here with Grayson and go to Lucas on that.
Yeah, I mean, we have had some good tournaments. We took top 5 at Cheesehead. We've done really well, but I don't think there's a feel in the room that we haven't wrestled our best duel yet. So we're trying to get better every day. You got the guys who maybe didn't get what they wanted last week and then qualifying for state, but they're in the room every day getting better still. So
okay, yeah, you share that sentiment, Lucas, about you guys still getting better.
Yeah, we're still on the rise, and we're trying to peak at the right time, and that's at team state. So we had a few shaky duels throughout the year, but I mean they're against good teams and little close tournaments, but that's pretty much it. So
okay, all right, great stuff. Again, if you have any questions, log into that live chat. Let's talk about a little bit about last year, if that's okay with you guys. Kind of rewind it. Defending D1 champ. Talk about how exciting was that for you guys to win that title. Exciting match over, I believe it was Stoughton. Everyone knows how good they are as well. Did it mean a little bit more coming against it? Because you guys have really had great matchups in the postseason the past 4 or 5 years. We'll start here with Lucas and go to Grayson on that. What do you remember from that championship match?
Well, it was in our home gym, so we had a big crowd there, and that was nice. They were cheering us on and stomping on the bleachers. But I mean, it didn't really matter what team we were going to wrestle. We just were going to go out and wrestle our match, and it just happened to be against, our big rival, and we kind of just didn't worry about that as much and just go out and take care of business. So
yeah,
that was pretty much it.
Grayson, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I have a little different perspective than Lucas, but we lost to them my freshman year, so the guys that were returning, we kind of knew what we were up against, and we knew that they beat us last year, so people probably thought they were going to beat us again, but we had a really, really good team last year, and lots of guys improved, and we knew that we were a good team, and we knew we could have been there, so we were excited to wrestle, and it was awesome in our home gym.
Outstanding again here with Kaukauna wrestlers. Grayson Clark, Lucas Peters, you got any questions, log into that live chat. These guys can't wait to answer the questions. Brett, let's go to online. What do you have from us for us from Cyberworld?
Just one question again. You can access that chat below the video viewer if you're watching on your mobile device or on your laptop, desktop, whatever. So want to hear from you. But Ghost with the most. I'm not sure who that is.
Okay.
Of course, a little rhyme there. But interesting question for the guys. Who has the best cauliflower ears? There we go.
Macik.
Something wrestlers are known for.
Yes,
Ricardo.
they are. I'll let whoever wants to answer that one first. Go ahead.
There's no real guys in the room that got it.
Not right now, but I've seen Robert Lee's cauliflower ear,
Oh.
and that was pretty nasty.
Yeah, he comes up and works with us sometimes, and I mean, he didn't wear headgear later in the summer, so I mean, he's just got sticking out of the side of his ear, and we're like, whew, doesn't look pretty, I'll tell you that. Doesn't look
Now,
pretty.
once you get it, do you always have it, or are you prone to getting it, or how does that go?
You can get it drained.
Yeah,
I don't think it's too pleasant because it just comes back again.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the most painful things.
Oh.
So most people they get it and they
Mhm.
stick with it, but
Yeah,
Okay. All
I've
right.
never had it.
I've never had it either.
Well, good. That's good news
Keep
to hear,
those,
Brett.
those ears covered up when you're
Yeah.
wrestling.
You have something else from online,
Yeah,
Brett?
Big Al. I
Oh,
think that's
yeah.
safe to say. Petey, when are you coming to Platt?
Oh, you gotta let me know. You gotta tell me when I can get there, Al. Shoot me a text. Let me know. I'll be there.
Now, is that a school you're looking forward to? What's the inside story on that?
No, he's a ex-teammate. and
Oh, okay,
he's
gotcha.
He's always recruiting with us. So
Oh, gotcha, okay.
He's always messing with us.
All right, great stuff. You have anything else, Brett?
No, that's it for
Okay.
now.
Now, you guys, you starters here for the last couple of seasons, how different do you feel, I guess, from your freshman year? How would you categorize that? Just give me some thoughts on that. We'll start here with Lucas and then go to Grayson on that.
I kind of got my season cut short last year
Mhm.
with due to injury, but I kind of just put that behind me and just try to become the best wrestler I can be. And I think I've made some large improvements from last year to this year.
Mhm.
So that's just kind of what I'm riding on. I still got that season cut short still behind me, and just keep it behind me and push on. So.
Okay. How about for you, Grayson?
Yeah, it's been a lot different. My freshman year, I was 106.
Mhm.
So still to this day, when I hear 106 called and I see Michael Pazorski walk out there, I feel like I should be
Yeah.
walking out there. But it's just changed. Different partners every year. It's a different team. So I try not to really think about it, but it's different every year.
Okay, good stuff. Again, here with Kaukauna wrestlers, Grayson Clark, Lucas Peters. Have any questions? Log in that live chat. Give yourself a name. Grayson, let's go back to you. You're a two-time defending state champ. You're gunning for your third. Doing that will put you in position to be in some rarefied air. I don't know, it's 19 or 20 wrestlers who are going to win, who will have won 4 titles. I know there's one kid from O'Connell Falls, I think, who's Whiting, I want to say. I lose his name. He has a great mullet, though. He did last year, the kid up there. But, yeah, he's going for his 4th. Does that ever cross your mind? Is that something that you've thought about after getting the first 2? Tell me how much that crosses your mind.
Every day. But I wake up every morning and I got to get my 3rd to get my 4th. So
Okay.
my goal, my coaches and my parents and everyone around me has done a great job of like, hey, you got to get your 3rd one this year to get that 4th one. It's definitely something that I want. And you see those kids in the Kohl Center when everyone stands up for them, and that's a dream of mine. And
Okay.
just got to get the 3rd one to get the 4th one. So it's taking it 1 year at a time.
Okay, great stuff. Brett, did you have something
I do.
from online? What do you have?
This is from Go Ghosts. Always a question we get when Kaukauna Wrestling is on, but why is the program so successful year after year after year after year, right? We can keep going on and on.
You can really set your clock to how well you guys are, or how good you guys are. I mean, you got death, life, and taxes, and you got Kaukauna being great at
Pretty
wrestling.
much, yeah.
Why? Is it coaching? Is it the athletes? Is it just the environment that you're in? We'll start here with Lucas and go to Grayson on that.
I think it's like more of the families that are in Kaukauna wrestling. Even after kids graduate, their families are still around. And there's always guys that graduate, come back and helping out the current athletes, and the people that are there in the community. Just they genuinely care about you, and they want to help you, and they're always supporting you, and it's cool to see the alumni come back and help you out.
Okay,
So.
Grayson, anything to add to that?
Yeah, it's part of it's the coaches. I agree with Lucas about the families, but our coaches, they're there every day. If you ask them to open their room at 5 in the morning, you'll get a coach there. So
Okay.
the coaches will give you whatever you want to put in, and they'll help you succeed.
That's outstanding to hear. Again, here with Kaukauna wrestlers Grayson Clark and Lucas Peters. Brett, did you have another thing from
Yeah, we got
online?
another one. This is from Ghost Fan 23. What is your favorite moment from this past season?
Ooh, here we go. Grayson, something getting that mind right away?
Yeah, it happens normally once a duel, but it's Jordan Luce when he wins.
Oh.
Okay. What weight is he at?
He is 220.
Okay.
He gets up, he does his little dance, and he charges off the mat every time. That makes me giggle a little bit.
That's great.
Okay. Jordan Luce. So great stuff. Brett, you have something else?
Not right now. No.
Okay. Okay, so I was at the FBA match where you guys beat Nina, and I believe it was the last duel of the season. A lot of hype, a lot of people there. Very intense match. It went right down to the end or the second to the last match. I can't remember offhand, but how big was that for you guys to get those kind of inter-conference matchups like that? Because you guys have won, I don't know how many titles in a row. It's so many. It's like 100 matches in a row, 100 conference championships. I can't remember. I'm obviously exaggerating, but that's how dominant they have been. But to get Nina right there with you guys, how cool was that? Did it get you guys up a little bit more, knowing that you had a shot maybe of losing a match, Grayson?
Yeah, the anticipation for that duel was high, and that was a duel where it was like we were the two undefeated teams, and we were all excited for it. The team knew every match counted. It was losing by 7 points, not 8. And even leading up that week in the room, it was an intense week for us, and we were excited for it. And it gave us an opportunity to get our feet wet for what matches a team state could be like, and gave a lot of kids a great atmosphere to wrestle in.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
Lucas, I think I talked to you after that. What do you remember from that, and how big was that for you?
I remember, I think one match was big or like guys not giving up bonus points. Like I think Bryant Correa was losing by 8, and he needed an escape with short time left to only lose by 7, and he got it. And it was like, that's saving a point for the team.
Yeah.
And I think that's huge. And then there's, just guys knowing their job. Like there's guys that gotta go out there and they just gotta get the pin. And then there's guys that go out there and they gotta win the swing match. Or then there's guys that go out there and they just can't get pinned. And I think a lot of guys did their job in that duel, and that's something that contributed to the win.
Both of you guys, when you're in that mentality, and you may be in that situation at Team State, and Coach Macik is coming up to you saying, "I need you to do this," or "You need to get the pin," or whatever. Do you like having that kind of pressure on you? We'll start here with Lucas and go to Grayson on that.
I guess I mean most of the time you already know what you got to do before he's even coming up to you, but he just gives you the look and it's like, hey, just go do it, and you know what to do, and you just go out there and wrestle. You kind of just once you get into the match, you don't think about that pressure.
Okay.
And it's just you just kind of wrestling. So.
Okay, Grayson, anything to add?
Yeah, he'll just kind of look at you and smirk a little bit.
Okay.
And that's kind of the time when he doesn't really need to say anything, but you know what you need to do, and it's a good feeling. I mean, if he's telling you that you need to go out there and get a pin, he knows you can do that. He never gives us something to do that we can't. He knows we can't, so.
Okay. All right, great stuff. Brett, did you say you had something from
Let's
online?
go a few more.
Oh, look, we got some photo. You just had a photo of Macik up there, Rosie. Thank you so much for that.
Well, here we go. Rylan wants to know, who was your favorite wrestler when you were a kid and why?
Okay. All right. Start with Lucas. Go to Grayson on that.
I guess he's kind of still one of my favorite wrestlers, but I think Nick Soriano, he's a college wrestler, and from well, now he goes to Michigan, but I just like his high intensity pace. He's in your face, moving around, faking, and I like that kind of wrestling.
Okay.
So.
Okay. How about for you, Grayson?
Yeah, mine's David Taylor. Ever since I was a little kid, I always had his shoes called the Magic Man's. I remember I got a picture with him, and it was like the world was ending, and I was super excited, and he's always been my guy.
Well, good stuff, Grayson. That's a perfect segue. We were talking about this off camera before the show about equipment, specifically shoes, and how does that correlate to you guys on the mat? And obviously, like any sport, there's a wide spectrum of prices when it comes to shoes, guys. Some very expensive, colorful shoes, some ones that aren't as expensive. What has been your experience with that? Is it really about the shoes, Grayson?
Mat flexes.
Okay.
That's all I need to say about that. They're $30. You can find them just about anywhere, and they'll last you about 6 months. Everyday wrestling, and best shoe ever.
Okay. Okay. How about for you, Lucas?
I think my all-time favorite shoe is probably the Aggressor.
Okay.
Right now I got the Tokyo Aggressors, and they're the bright pink Olympic shoes.
Okay.
And I just like them. They're got a big like one sole, and they're durable. So
Okay.
I like them. They don't fall apart at all.
All right. Great stuff. Brett, did you have something quick from online?
Yeah, let's keep going. Go Ghost wants to know. This is a good question. Thoughts on the WIAA having a girls' state tournament for the first time this season? Girls now have their own individual state.
And I
league.
traveled out to La Crosse for that, and it was a great setting. Good to see the girls out there having their own thing. By the way, they did something there that I really liked on the championship round. They had the elevated ring, or not ring, mat. It seemed like I was at a WWE event, or you know what I mean? So first off, let's go to that. What do you think about that? Then I'll ask you about that kind of specific thing. Would you guys like to have that maybe at the state meets? What do you think about the girls having their own thing, Lucas?
It's great. It's great for the sport, and I mean it's just growing it more and more, and that's more people watching. That's more people supporting, and that's just all around good for it. So
Okay.
I'm
How about
a
you?
big supporter of it. Yep.
Your thoughts, Grayson?
Yeah, I think it's great for the sport. I mean, there's girls that are really good at wrestling. I mean, you got Helen Morales, who's out there, and she's winning Olympic titles, and some people just don't realize how good that wrestling is, and it's great for women's and men's.
The setup that they had there, and I'm not sure if you've been to the duel or whatever they have there in La Crosse. What do you think about that raised mat? I personally like it. I think it adds a little bit more for spectators, a little more kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Your thoughts about that? Would you like to see something like that at the Kohl Center?
Yeah, I watched one of the finals. I saw a rerun on Facebook once, but that was a really cool atmosphere that they had there. I saw the elevated mat. They did intros for all the girls, and it was awesome. It was really cool for just the atmosphere, and it was different from the Kohl Center, but you'd like to see some year if they could get into the Kohl Center with us too.
Would you like it to be a little bit more like that? Now look, you guys have all the three mats out there, the first place, third, and I think fifth. Is that how it goes? And then would you like to see that championship mat elevated, Lucas?
I don't know. I think that's a cool way to grow the sport and get the spectators more involved.
Okay.
But there's a tradition in the Kohl Center, and it's been like that for a while. So
Okay.
I don't know if you can mess with tradition like that.
Okay. Hey, one more question before we go to halftime here. Okay, Brett? Let's talk about the Kohl Center. Last year, I know it was great having it at Kaukauna. Obviously, your home crowd. You guys felt very comfortable wrestling on your own mats. But having it back at the Kohl Center, how exciting is that for you guys? Because obviously, that, like you talked about tradition there, Lucas, that's kind of like what it's been like. Is it a nice kind of return to normalcy, do you feel? Start here with Lucas on that.
I've never wrestled there, so it'll be
Okay.
my first time there. But I've gone there and watched. I watched Grayson win his first title, and it's just cool. It's like everyone's watching it, and everyone knows what's going on in each situation, and it's just a cool atmosphere. And when someone gets that big takedown and everyone yells too,
Yep.
that's just something else. You can't repeat it.
Okay, great stuff. How about for you, Grayson? You've wrestled there, so you know.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
Okay.
I remember semifinals. We were doing the national anthem. I just looked around, and every seat was full, and you're
Right.
like, holy cow, I'm about to wrestle in front of all these people. So it's an awesome atmosphere. It was
Okay.
cool at Kaukauna, but not the same.
Gotcha. All right, so here we go. Halftime, guys. I got to pay the bills a little bit. Just want to let everyone know, hey, you like the shirt I'm wearing? Hey, this is from Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Did you know they're family-owned for 20 years, Brett? They have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Delivery service is also available. So contact them today, 920-731-0922. Again, 920-731-0922 or Cooney's 0922 at sbcglobal.net. Now, Brett, you might have to help me with this. We've got a great deal on the digital subscription to the Post Crescent, all our USA Network Wisconsin sites. Is it for the next 3 months?
No, right now it's was it $22 for 2 years?
$22.
Am I saying that right? Or
I think that's right. $22 for 2 years.
2 years for $22.
So
There we
everything
go.
that you
Easier to
get,
say.
and that's not just to our site. That's to all the USA Today
But it
Network
ends
sites.
tonight.
Yes. Okay, it ends tonight. So you got
Yeah, so
to
do
the
it
end of the
now.
day to get on that. That's all the sites. So please do that. That includes all our subscription, the special stuff that I do that only subscribers can read, as well as all the live streams we do and all that kind of stuff, and shows like this. So please check it out. So it's 2 years for $22. Great stuff. So please think about having a digital subscription. Now, are you guys Packer fans? Lucas?
I am not, and I'm going to take some heat for this one. I am a Chicago Bears.
Yes.
fan.
Yes.
Are
You hear
you-
that?
You
Are you
finally
there
found
too?
one, Ricardo.
Yeah, how about for you, Grayson?
I'm a Packers fan.
Okay. Can't stand him. I'm like Lucas. I'm a Bears fan, but I co-host a Packers show. Lucas, get that. With that guy right there, Brett Christopherson, Jim Rosandick helps with the production, and they boo me at the show and everything. It's fun. Lucas, you should come down and check it out, man. You'll be my guest. Here, at least I'll have another brother in arms there at the Packers show. But we had Marquez Valdez-Scandling was our guest, our
Co-host, yeah.
co-host, along
And
with Alan Lazard.
too, yeah.
Yeah, so we had 2 co-hosts, and we've had all your favorite Packers, Grayson. What, Aaron Rodgers? You like Aaron Rodgers? He's a
Yeah.
diva. But he was been on our show a couple times.
He's coming back too, Ricardo.
Yeah, he is. Okay, Randall Cobb, Jordan, all your favorite Packers have been on the show. It's been a lot of fun. Starts up again in August, every Monday, 6:30 p.m. across the street at the Paper Valley Hotel. So please check us out if you can. It's free. That's the best part about it. It's free. Live stream. What do we have coming up tomorrow, Brett? Can you elaborate on that?
We got a busy week. Tomorrow we have a boys game, FEA boys game. We have number 6 Appleton East at Kimberly. That's a great
Okay.
matchup. 7:15 will be when we go live around that time, depending on the JV game. So you can watch it on postcrescent.com, Facebook page, YouTube. And then Rosie and I, Saturday night, we're going to be doing a girls regional final. We just have to wait and see who wins Friday night.
Okay.
But we have a pretty good idea where we're going to be, but we can't announce it until we know for sure what happens with the regional semifinals Friday night. So look for that about 6:45 on Saturday night as well. And then Rosie and I, and hopefully you a little bit, will be doing some boys and girls regionals and sectionals.
Possibly, but I am wrestling boy the next couple weeks.
What
and
do
I
you
can't
got coming
wait.
up?
I always talk about it. This time of year, I'm going down to watch you guys. Going down to Teen State to watch you guys win some gold championship wear. Sorry, Brett. You might not have me. That's okay, though.
We
I
like it better that way anyway. Rosie,
Yeah,
don't we?
okay. Listen, you guys. Listen, I know you guys have Twitter accounts. Grayson, you have a Twitter account, don't you? And Lucas, do you?
I think so. I'm not on it very much.
You don't.
but-
You don't. Do you remember what your Twitter account name is or your handle?
No, I don't.
Okay. How about for you, Grayson? This is the time to put it out there if you want it.
I think it's Grayson Clark 48.
Okay. Don't follow me. My Twitter has been hacked by PS5 and Xbox hackers, so do not follow me at PC Ricardo. In fact, unsubscribe from me. Working with corporate to get my Twitter account back, but we had people, yelling at me because they said they sent me $600 and for a PS5. Sorry, guys.
I think
out
it's
there.
black now.
It is. Is it
Yeah.
all black now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
good.
they must be getting closer.
Thank goodness they've got on it. So I apologize to everyone who accidentally gave money away that wasn't I was hacked. It wasn't me. I'm not swindling you out of your money. Don't forget to follow Brett at PC Brettsy, though, and Rosie at Metal Rosie. And shout outs, guys. End of the show. Think about who you're going to send some love to, all right? Don't forget anyone now, all right? We'll make sure you guys get all that handled in at the end of the show. Okay. Here's my next. Oh, we have something else?
We got a
Brett?
bunch coming
Go
up.
ahead.
Can
Do
we
it
get
up.
to these? Yeah, let's do Ghost Fan 23 wants to know what would your walkout song be and why?
Okay, we'll start with Luke. Go ahead,
question.
Lucas.
My walkout song this year was "Walk This Way" by Aerosmith. I'm a classic
Yeah,
rock
classic.
guy, and "Walk This Way." It's just let's go.
That's
Ready to go.
fantastic. Rosie loves that. Rosie loves the classic rock. Okay, how about for you, Grayson?
Mine would probably be Jukebox Hero.
Okay, that's another
Hurt-
classic
Wow.
rock.
Or
Okay.
Hurt by Johnny Cash. Those are probably my top 2.
Wow, very good
Young
stuff.
guys that actually appreciate good music for a change.
Yeah, great. No, it's good. I have
Yeah.
those are my favorites too. Good stuff. All right, Brett, you have something else?
Coach T is chiming in.
Okay.
With all the opportunities to be a role model, how important is it to you to give back to the program now and even after the season?
Ooh.
Good question.
We'll start with Grayson and go to Lucas on that one. Good question.
Yeah, so I like to help with the little kids a lot.
Sure.
And it helps them as much as it helps me. But I love it. It just simplifies things. Like you're explaining the moves and you learn different things. So I love it.
Okay. All right. How about for you, Lucas?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. You kind of you see wrestling from a different aspect when you're from the outside, and me and Grayson had the chance this summer to run little camps for the younger Kaukauna wrestlers this summer, and that was really cool just to give back to the community, and yeah, so
All right,
where
great.
the future goes.
These have been great questions from online, by the way, Brett. Hey, let me ask one here though. It's about rituals and superstitions, about what you guys do to prepare for your matches. Maybe team 2, if you guys have those. We'll start here with Grayson. Anything that you got to do before you go onto the mat?
Yeah, so I have a few weird ones.
Okay.
always have the same flavor energy drink. I have
Okay.
same flavor every time, and I also listen to the same song before I normally like end my warm up or before
Now,
my
is that
match.
more classic rock, or is it Bieber?
That
or...
one is On the Floor by Jennifer Lopez, actually.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. All
You can
right.
ask any of the guys on the team. They all.
Wow, that's maybe the best response we've had so far. That's it. Why On the Floor? Is that something you heard as a kid or what?
I started listening to it my freshman year, and
Okay.
everyone kind of made fun of me for it, so I actually kind of embraced it. And
J-Lo, Brett, J-Lo.
I take back what I said about good music for these guys.
All right. Did you have anything more, or was that?
No, that's-
Okay. How about for you, Lucas?
I used to be very superstitious, and it was starting to get in the way. So now I kind of pushed away from it a little bit, but I do listen to the same music before, and kind of like Grayson. Sometimes I'll throw on some Katy Perry and just
Okay.
loosen up a little bit, but otherwise I'm still with like some heavy metal. I like Ozzy Osbourne a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So
Good
he
stuff.
gets me going.
You're Rosie loves that. Rosie is big on the Ozzy and Black Sabbath and all that stuff. Hey, Brett, can I ask one more question? Then we'll go back to you. I wanted to get this because I want to know about Coach Macik. What's up with Coach? and don't tell me that he's a great coach and that we know that already. We know he's a great coach. He's arguably the best coach.
I would say he's legendary.
He's
honestly.
legendary. He's
he's
hit
a legendary
that level.
coach.
Yes,
No doubt
there's
about it.
very intense. Right, and there's Coach Macik right there. Look, the guy is, in my opinion, the best coach in the state. So we know he's great. Don't tell me he's great. I know he's great. What can you tell me else about him? No. What can you tell me that people might not know or would be really interested to know about Lucas?
I mean, I can talk to him about anything. Like,
Okay.
Whether it's baseball. I mean, he's a big baseball fan. I'm a big baseball fan.
Okay.
So it doesn't always have to be about wrestling, but he'll always come in all the time. I'll be changing before practice, and he'll just come in and say a quote from somebody.
Okay.
Where was that from? And I'll think about it, and then I'll ask him about it, and he'll explain it to me. Like the other day, he came in, he opened the door, and he goes, "Pressure's a privilege," and shut the door and walked away. And I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And I talked to him, and he'll explain a little life lesson to you, and
That's
he's
great.
just always involved with you, and it's great. So
That's fantastic. Yeah. Okay. Now, how about for you, Grayson?
Yeah, it's for me, it's the attention he gives to the guys that may not be the starters yet,
Okay,
but they're up
okay.
and coming. Like, there's guys that they may not crack the lineup right now, but next year if we graduate, kids are in the lineup, and he's constantly working to develop everyone in the room, which is why when we graduate, like last year we graduated 8 starters and like 11 seniors, and this year we've had a successful year so far, and it's just because of the depth we have, and that's due to all the coaches,
Yep.
especially just focusing on everyone.
Good stuff. Great stuff. Brett, did you have something from online?
Yeah, from Ken. He wants to know how much do you guys study your opponents? That's a good question too.
Great question. Grayson, how much do you do that?
Jason's doing it.
I do it a little bit, not as much as I used to. Like freshman year mainly, I let it consume me, and I wouldn't do what I do. And if I'm going to win a match, it's got to be because of what I do. I can't. It's just not the same as winning a match when you study the guys. So
Okay.
I do it a little bit to the point where I know if they're hitting a head throw and pinning me, I'm not going to rest my head as much. So
Okay. All right. How about for you, Lucas?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. It's not a bad thing to scout, but sometimes it can, overcome you, and then that's all you're thinking about. But our coach, Coach Pearson, he's our scout coach, and he'll let you know if something's coming. So
Okay. Great
we can all
stuff.
be ready for it.
Brett, let's take another online question if you have it, but
I
then
do.
let everyone know that we're wrapping up.
Well,
soon.
last call for questions.
There you
yeah,
go.
so if you have
Okay.
any more, just let me know. But this is to Grayson from Tom Bucky.
Okay.
That's okay to say.
Yes.
hopefully.
Yes, Brett.
Any good stories about your warm-ups before your first state championship match, and how were you feeling?
Coach Pearson would know this the best, but I was really, really nervous. I couldn't even really. Every like 5 minutes, I'd have to run out of the mats and just go do something. I'd have to go get something from my bag, and I was super skittish, and it was I didn't handle myself the best. I was super nervous, and Jaden Verhagen, he was one of my big mentors. He helped
Yep.
me through it, and he calmed me down, and him, Coach Pearson and Macik gave his little invoice, and yeah.
Good story. And by the way, he was it Corrigan in that
Yeah, I
championship
did.
match?
Corrigan beat me at sectionals, and I beat him in the finals.
and he's having a great season for De Pere. Hopefully, he's hoping to win a title too. Brett, you have something else from online?
That's it.
Okay. Now, maybe this doesn't apply to Lucas so far. You're a sophomore, right, Lucas?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean,
Yep.
we're talking here to Grayson about possible college. I mean, has that kind of process started for you?
Yeah.
What can you tell me? Whatever you can tell me.
Yeah, I'm committed to the University of Wisconsin, Madison.
Okay,
so,
yeah. So how did that come about, and why did you choose there?
So I started the process beginning of summer,
Okay.
and I took a few visits, went here and there. In Wisconsin, I just had a bond with the coaches, and Coach Gross, Coach Reeder, and Coach Bono. They just care about their athletes a lot, and they believe in me that I can win a national title for them, and I believe I can win a national title for them. So I committed late October, and it just felt like the right decision, and yeah.
Yeah, were the parents pleased that they only got to go down the road in a sense and to watch you wrestle?
Oh yeah, they love it. We're there just about every other weekend watching a Badger basketball game, a hockey game, a volleyball game. It's a great place.
Okay, all right, great stuff. Brett, did you have something from online?
Nope.
Guys, I want to, real quick, because we're wrapping up here. Any advice for younger wrestlers? We kind of talked a little bit about how you kind of work with them already, but if you had to tell them a couple of things, give them a Macik kind of moment. What can you say? Do you want to start there, Lucas?
Sure. It's not when you're young. It's not really about winning and losing. You just gotta stay with it, and make sure you're wrestling with good partners, and just stay committed to it, and become disciplined. Because when you get into the high level, that's really what it's about: being disciplined and train your body to wrestle at the high level. And yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Grayson?
Yeah, for me, it's never be complacent and always just keep working. I mean, you may think that if you win state, you may think that's all that you can do, but there's always another level that you can reach. So never be complacent and always work for what's next.
Okay, great stuff. I think we're going to go to our shout-outs, Brett, unless you have something from online.
That's it. I think we're done.
Okay, guys, this is where you got to look at your camera and send some love out to people who got you right today. Don't forget anybody, okay? And I always start farthest to my left, so we're going to start here with Lucas. So, Lucas, go ahead, look at the camera that we told you to look at.
All right.
Go ahead, send out the love.
First thing, my parents, huge supporters since obviously day one. And my grandpa, I know he's watching at home, and he watches all my meets. He's always texting me before my matches and after saying good job. Coach Macik, Coach Pearson, Coach Jakuski, Coach Jerry, Coach Kaler. I mean, some of them are still rolling with me in practice, and that's something that benefits all of us, I think, when they come roll with us. And the whole, Ghost Train Nation, they're there. The whole school, they all support the wrestling team. My friends, everybody. So.
Okay, good stuff. All right, Grayson, your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, first off, my parents, they've been there since day one. My sister, she's always super supportive. I get a text from after every tournament from her just telling me how well I did. And my coaches, Jerry, Macik, Pearson, Coach Josh over at AWA, he helps me a lot. Everyone, there's a lot of people. Ben Askren, he helps me a lot. And then everyone outside of my wrestling life with Al, Herman, Andrew Braun, they're both helped me with the physical side. And then my friends, like my girlfriend, my friends at school, and everyone else.
Okay, good stuff. Very thorough. I like this, Brett. I got one, unless you have a question from online.
Nope.
I have a final question here, guys, as we wrap this up. Like I said, I think I told you, I'm going to be down there Friday and Saturday for semifinals. I'm going to be there all day Saturday to watch all that stuff that's going on there. Then eventually the finals. I think it's at 5:30 is when the finals start. I plan on seeing you guys down there. Will you guys be in that little march you do, which I think is so cool? Every time they bring out the wrestlers to that Olympic kind of fanfare march, it's one of the highlights of any WI event anywhere. Am I going to see you guys marching and competing for that state championship? We're going to start with Lucas.
I mean, that's the goal. You
Yeah.
don't go down there and say you're going to lose. So you go down there and say you're going to win. So, I mean, you can't expect to win if you say you're going to lose. So
Okay.
let's go out there and wrestle.
You hearing this, Brett? You better write this down.
I'm ready to wrestle.
I'm about ready to go out and wrestle.
You and
man.
I
This is
after the
pretty
show,
good.
huh?
Yeah, how about for you, Grayson?
Yeah, I believe that I can. I've spent the last 365 days training for this ever since the state tournament last year. I've done all the steps. I know Lucas has done all the steps along with me, and I got my brothers on my side, and I'm ready to do it.
Okay, great stuff again. I want to send a big thank you again to Grayson Clark and Lucas Peters, top-ranked Kaukauna. They're sending a bunch of guys into the individual tournament, and they're competing in the team tournament the following weekend. at the old field house, by the way. So that's always a cool venue. Congratulations to you both. Best of luck. I will talk to you when I'm down there on Friday. And thank you again to Brett Christopherson and Jim Rosandick for the production part of it. Thank you so much for the Kaukauna people. Brett, they always come through. Kaukauna, always
Love
one of the
having
best
them on.
communities when they're not giving us fake names. But they're always one of the best
Right.
communities in terms of interest
That was fun.
in the Varsity Roundtable. But thank you so much, everyone. Next week, maybe we're going to have championship wrestlers here. I'm not sure. I think maybe we might go to girls hockey, though, Brett. We'll talk about that after the show. But tune in next week for another episode of the Varsity Roundtable. Till then, everyone, have a great week. See you back here again next Wednesday at 7 o'clock for another episode of the Varsity Roundtable.